For each man in his time to take, until he walks along the deep and sees his future in the water. Along the all within his reach.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.
And here's the homies. It is November 5th, so you know what time it is for me. Time for me to start cracking open some eggnog.
Isn't it early?
Oh, look!
Thanksgiving.
It's too late for me. I should have been doing it as soon as the Halloween decorations came out. I should have been popping this shit all open, man. You're talking about something damn early. By the time you start popping that shit around Christmas time, it's already too late. You're missing out on that eggnog.
What's it, Christmas?
Man, freaking Christmas, New Year's, and anytime it's cold. Anytime it starts getting cold around the joint, freaking, you can go ahead and freaking
my
top pot
homegirl
right
send
up
me some coquito.
I just want to know where that bodega is that you're posted up at.
It reminds me of the Puerto Rican bodega that used to be in a corner in Philly, but you know you could probably find this joint in every joint in New York, the Latino joints in Chicago, all them freaking joints, man. But hey, rest of the fellas, go ahead and introduce yourselves. What's going on?
Big Remo. You can catch me on Drunken Chat every week. Comic Hall crew, we're actually reuniting tomorrow. We're gonna have another show. I'm gonna try and make it on. Most likely, I'll be on there. And I don't know, man. I heard there's some things in the works for the channel, so we'll see what happens with going down the road.
Right. Sure enough. Adam, go ahead.
It is the most innovative, the innovator of production. Just expanded to doing 2 nights a week, Tuesday and Wednesday night with Awesome Sauce Radio. And it's nice to have a Friday when I'm not at a convention for once. After the last 2 weeks. New York Comic Con, Exotica, Chilla Theater Expo.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna make it down to Baltimore. I guess not, huh?
A buddy of mine who does a bunch of Hollywood cars needed extra help for Chilla Theater. And since Chilla Theater is 20 minutes away from my house, I just decided to do that.
Gotcha.
And it has guaranteed money in my pocket, so.
Gotcha. Aaron, what's going on, man?
Hey, freshly back from Baltimore, had a blast at the Retailer Summit, hanging out with everyone, and just enjoying Baltimore Comic Con. So
yeah. We're gonna get into that a little later, and because you were with me at the Retailer Summit, and you're gonna let you talk about your experiences at the actual summit. But last but not least, Comic Book Jesus. Brian McClary, what's going on, brother?
Just chilling, man. Busy. Gonna be. We've been spending our days packing books, selling books, making content, clipping content. It's been very, very busy days, and we're going to continue that all through next week. So everybody that bought books with me on Whatnot over this last week, thank you so much. Those will be getting out to you tomorrow. And the next week's bounty will be collated tomorrow as well. And we're putting together basketball and football card mystery packs. So be on the lookout for that. I got lucky and pulled a $5,000 to $10,000 card this week also.
I saw that.
Really? Well, if we all can't be as lucky as Comic Book Jesus, what you can try and do is
his pops, man. His pops the one to be pulling the cards.
The Powerball, gents. Powerball, 1.6 billion. That's billion with the B.
Hot damn.
Drawing is tonight.
Yeah.
Cash value is $782.4 million. That's after the government gets their cut.
Yeah.
I forget how much it costs per ticket. Is it $2, $3? You know, for the chance to get.
I think it's like 2 something and change.
You know.
And you guys will know if I won if you no longer see me after tomorrow night.
This ain't no job, dude. You can't just vanish.
Somebody at 7-Eleven by my house got like 4 numbers or something.
Wow.
And one like the 7-Eleven got like $1 million for it.
Really?
Yeah. It just happened. The one like maybe like a half mile from my house, man. Somebody got like 4 numbers and got the day. I forget how much they won. They obviously didn't get them all, but the 7-Eleven got them. Yeah, so they might have got it. They got some at least 10 or something like that. If they got $1 million, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? They had to at least won 10. Because that's a lot of money, man. If it's 1.6 billion and you hit 4 numbers, yeah, you're gonna get something.
Get it? You're probably gonna get just enough to maybe put in a bid, just enough
after the taxes, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably with this type of money, you could probably put in a bid for the Washington Commanders, who are now up for bid.
Man,
he's selling the team.
He don't have a choice.
They said if he doesn't get rid of it by the end of the year, they're just going to vote him out anyways. So
yeah, they're going to take it.
You know,
he's
the
up
only
in there
reason
groping on the employees and stuff, doing dirt.
Oh,
man.
really? I don't know about that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not football.
Him allegedly. Remember, we gotta use the
allegedly. I should say
allegedly doing some dirt on his private planes with employees and forcibly doing that allegedly.
Yeah, not like it's all consensual. This is like harassment shit.
Oh, straight up rape, and bilking the season ticket holders out of money, and he's. The Congress has called them in front to testify and all that shit. So like, yeah.
No,
he's done.
No,
I heard Bezos was in the bidding, and I forget who.
I heard Obama was on the lookout to buying the Suns until an NFL team came up for availability.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Man.
So
there's only a few people though, like that are like complete owners of their teams, you know what I mean? Like some of these groups, you know what I mean? Like these investment groups, but like Snyder's one of those dudes. He's one of those ones. He's the sole owner of that team. Like,
it's because
how are they making him sell it if that's the case?
Because this has been going on. This is the second allegedly, like where everybody's coming. It's been a pattern. And they keep going at him, and he's bowing out and paying money to these people and all that. But then now it's come up again, like he has to stop. It's just a bad culture there, and it's very like
Is the NFL laying some rule down? Because if he's the sole owner of the team, then he
this is basically
right.
Yeah. But see, this is like it's one of those you should gracefully bow out, like you said. They're gonna vote him out. You know what I mean?
But
so they retained Bank of America to start fielding offers.
Right.
So you know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. Like, who's going to vote him out if there's not a
the other owners, because he's making everybody look bad. Like they have to do something. Like this is like what happened with the Me Too. Yeah. You know what I mean? When they made they put him in jail. You know what I mean? What's his name?
Weinstein. Yeah,
it was the same thing. You know what I mean? Like there was like either you're gonna go down, so you better bounce out.
You want me to tell you guys something crazy about Mr. Weinstein? Mr. Weinstein has Fournier's gangrene, and I'm gonna let you guys go look that up.
Oh no!
You said gangrene. Isn't gangrene the joint where
Fournier's gangrene? It's a certain type of gangrene.
Oh shit!
Because I know gangrene is where oxygen is not getting to that part of the body, so it's losing
it's dying on its own.
Yeah, it's dying on its own. So Fournier must mean is that mean that they're either the doctor or the patient.
Yeah,
So,
it was the
uh,
first person caught with that.
so I know he wouldn't put that out by himself. So that means that one of the people he was with was to put that out. Like, ugh, I'm not messing with that. Uh, so I am not looking that up, sir. I gotta look my wife and kids in the eye in the morning.
Yeah,
God
right.
damn
That dude
Yeah,
was foul,
I
man.
would be the innovator perversion, but there's even some doors I don't open. Thank you.
You know what I
I
think of
like
him?
it.
I think of remember on Sin City, the yellow dude. Remember the yellow
Yeah.
dude on
Yeah,
Sin
yeah, yeah,
City?
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
think of.
yeah.
He's just
Look,
a dirty motherfucker.
everybody, please stay safe out in them streets,
Yeah, man.
and please get tested. Please stay safe.
Yes.
Do all that's the thing. Remember, man.
Testing saves
Um,
lives. Thank you.
yeah. So, Brian, unfortunately, we missed you this year at freaking Baltimore Comic Con. I know you had his stuff to take care of, but I don't know if you really missed it, man, because the vibe was kind of off. Um, Luckily, I did have Aaron and some of the other crew guys with me at Retail Summit, so I didn't feel like all alone and shit. Aaron, what was your impression, man, of the con, man?
So I talked about this a little bit on Beyond Wednesday last week, but I felt like it was that it seems like the focus is not around comics anymore. Like it was like it was more towards like they were pushing a lot of manga. There's a new publisher that has the creator of Bloodshot in it that's
Right.
doing that whole what Indonesian like creators where they're focusing around that and creating up new IPs and all that.
Yeah.
I guess like what kind of like the big announcement was the Frank Miller Presents publishing,
Right.
where they're continuing the story Ronin.
Yeah,
Right.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So that was
How
like
did that look, though? How did it look?
I mean, they didn't show too much of it,
Oh,
like a
They,
couple
they showed,
covers.
yeah, a couple of black and white panels. That was
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. But I mean, it was
So
it was
is it
great.
going to be a
Listen,
continuation of the classic Ronin story from the 80s?
I think it was supposed to be no. I think it was supposed to be a prequel of. So, for instance, the what happened. Like, there's like this missing period of time in between when the last of the three turtles died, and old boy Michelangelo fucking finally going crazy. So, I think it's supposed to be like those lost days or something like that, from what I understand.
But Frank Miller is writing it
yeah,
or drawing
Yes,
it?
writing it,
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
from what I understand.
yeah, and I think he's doing it, or he does like prelim art for the artist that's actually going to be doing like the actual art, which was it Inhuk Lee who was
Oh,
involved
okay.
in? It was
So we're
something
gonna
like
see
it was
some
something weird like
decent
that.
covers and some gritty stories. Then.
Yeah. But it's going to be like still like what Frank Miller wants the layouts to look like, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. That might be good though. I mean, I'm interested.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. So for those who aren't understand what we're talking about, so Diamond to the Comic Con, I think it started on Wednesday, right? They got all the
Yeah.
retailers together, and I was finally able to get the freaking numbers because uh on Saturday night that was the big dinner, that was the final night, and they had 300 tables, right? And at each table there was at least 10 chairs, right? So you do the math on that. That's at least what that's going to be 3,000 people. You times that by what they were charging everybody, which was like around $100. So that means that they basically almost kind of made $30,000 off of the whole event, right? And and don't forget also is that each publisher that was presenting there, they had to pay money to Diamond to be there, right? That's money on top of that, right?
And then they
So
had like different levels for
yeah, there was
each
like silver
publisher.
level, gold level, platinum level.
Yeah.
Dark Horse said, "Fuck it, we're not even fucking going." Marvel was not there. DC was not there. All the publishers like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna pay you." Okay, nah. But yeah, man, you're absolutely right. They did try and make manga a big focus, and I think it has something to do with this Fortune Business Insight that they just came out with this week, where they said, "Hey, by 2029, um, the Asian market when it comes to comics is going to be like around $29 billion." Um, or excuse me, the comic book market as a whole is going to grow to $29 billion dollars, but most of that growth is going to be in the Asian market. And then they went broken down even further. There's like, yeah, Dark Horse, they're doing their thing. They got these licenses and all this other stuff. And DC is doing their thing. They're going to keep it steady. Marvel is going to, we don't know what's going on with Marvel, but they said the thing that there's going to be a lot of growth in is going to be manga and anime. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Um, and this is what the graph looks like for 28 through 2029. They're projecting $7.6 billion to be spent in Asia Pacific through 2021. And of course, the Japanese comic book market share, physical comics versus digital comics. Physical comics is just destroying the digital right now. But you also got to remember, when you buy uh, manga and anime, you don't buy just like a little comic book. You actually buy like a whole huge volume. So like $20 for what I would say 260 pages. Aaron, would you say that's fair? 260 to 300 pages. Um,
That sounds about
and
right.
and I actually asked. So there was a representative there from
Yeah.
Viz Media, and I said, "Hey, this is freaking great. You know, you guys are doing your thing. You guys are, I'm glad you guys are here. But hey, what do you think about having some of your first appearances in comic books prior to the volumes coming out? Because I would kind of I would rather read 30 pages versus spending money on 300 pages. Just like, no, it's not going to happen. And that fucking Gen Z fucking uppity bitch thing, that shit was not fucking working with me.
Oh
Business
yeah, yeah.
media, you need to hide her ass. She was not it.
Well,
She
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
hire.
she
Okay.
had no stage presence. I was almost sleeping during her presentation, and to get up close with her, she was not it. I don't know why they thought she was
Hey,
a
so
charisma
It,
doctor.
and then she was even saying like the Shogo Jumps like had moved to like a digital format, and then they weren't even ready to print that to be able to create that again of how it used to be. So I thought that was kind of weird. And then Jorge, uh, yeah, it's he's continuing Ronin and not the turtle, not related to the turtles. So
hey,
like the
yeah, it's
classic
not the
Franklin.
turtles at all, man. It's the
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
real
he's like
story. It's like book two.
yeah.
Yeah. So Lord of Brooklyn saying, "Hey, what did they serve for this $300?" So it wasn't $300; it was $100. I got in early, so I got away with. I spent $89 for my ticket. Um, but the first night was the Hard Rock Cafe get together, which we had to freaking sit through the Diamond employees doing the karaoke, and they were some were
They're-
good,
yeah.
That sounds like
Most were
torture.
most were
bad.
terrible, right?
Yeah.
Steve Epi, who was the
CEO.
CEO, right? He got up there and started singing "My Way." It was like, okay, without any context.
That
Like, hey, that's with it. I didn't know who he was, so it was like this
Yeah.
dude, just old dude, just gets up, start singing "My Way." I had no context. Now they're like, oh yeah, remember the dude that started singing "My Way"? I was like, ooh, oh, okay, well, shit. Shit, well, you should have told us that before, man. I would have fucking asked him, is he all right, man? Freaking, does he need the suicide hotline? I don't know what the fuck, man. And then the second night was once again the big presentation, where they actually opened up a mini hall, and then we went in, and then we tried to steal as much shit as we could, right?
Yeah.
Um, freaking, and then I was so yes, I got it. I'm in there, and then what I didn't was to think about is that because so to give you context, I use my hotel when it comes to Baltimore Comic Con is usually like a block away. This year I was getting the Hyatt, but it was the Hyatt Place, not the Hyatt Regency. So the Hyatt Place is like a mile away, a hard Baltimore mile away. So think of trying to carry a huge ass fucking box full of shit for a fucking mile. right? I wasn't thinking while I'm grabbing. I'm just happy I'm getting shit. I'm like,
Blueprint
oh,
that shit,
yeah, give me
bro.
that. Yeah, you want some of this? Yeah, give me that. Give me that. You want another copy? Yeah, motherfucker, give me that shit, right? Yeah, so I'm just grabbing all this shit, and then that day it was like 70 degrees outside and shit. So by the time I fucking left, I'm fucking sweating and shit. Then I'm like, oh man, I gotta fucking get back because you guys were at the fucking bar. By the time
Yeah.
I got back to the fucking room, man, my balls were sweaty. Everything was fucking sweaty. I was like, fuck, let me just put this box down here. I would just take a nap for about 10 minutes. I was done. I was done, man. Done. And then I think so. The last part of it was the auction, right?
Oh, the silent
So
auction
right,
during the
so the
dinner.
silent auction, there was like a good like 20 products that were freaking um they were just silent auction. I was just running up to each one, fucking just trying to win something, right? No, the only thing that I actually won was this fucking huge ass fucking Buster statue, and I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
great, right? But what they didn't tell you is that they was only taking checks or cash, right? So I was like, fuck, right? So now I gotta fucking run and fucking find an ATM. I'm like, fucking, and then find good. I found one 2 blocks away. Good, ran back. He's like, oh man, we've been calling you, bitch. You know, you didn't tell anybody. It was cash only.
Sure.
So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, fuck, paid the cash, and then I got this fucking huge ass fucking box statue, and I'm like, fuck. Now I gotta fucking walk this shit all the way back to my fucking hotel room. God damn it, right? Oh man, so yeah, so yeah, and it was just like so. And then after that the next night I had to go freaking drive back to the crib, get the wife and kids, and bring them back. So, but yeah, man, freaking it was kind of interesting, man. It was kind of like an arrival of what's going on with the Asian market, manga market, the anime market. That's what Diamond is going for. Um,
And then they had like breakout panels. So like one I went
right.
to, it was like basically just like having an emergency prepared kit where you have all your contact information in case anything happens to you. Like someone else will know what to do with your assets and your business. So I guess that was good to hear. Like just to have.
Talking these wire chips with products to the Baltimore streets. Exactly, man. Exactly, because so so there's like the main Baltimore street, which is like Pratt Street, right? Which is nothing but like uh the bus way, right? And every time I'm walking by, I'm just seeing people like mean mugging me, I, looking at what the fuck I got to see if I'm worth robbing and shit, right? So
Yeah, this year the people were like way more aggressive than last year. Like just
hey,
out in the
fucking
streets. Yeah.
Hey, fucking tough times, man. Fucking tough times breeds tough people, man. So I was like, you know what? Let me get off these mean streets and let me fucking cut through some of these alleyways towards the harbor. So I was cutting through the harbor, and it was like okay, but every fucking trash can there was rats coming out of these fucking trash cans, and I was like, first I'm thinking, you see something come out and you see fucking fur, and I'm like, oh, it's a fucking squirrel. Nope, I see that long ass, skinny ass tail. That is a fucking rat, and that rat is bigger than my head. Let me keep it moving. Let me get the fuck on out of here, man. Never
I've
again,
never
man. Never
seen
not again.
bigger rats than I've seen in Baltimore. I haven't been to New York yet, but I've been a lot of other places, and I saw rats that I thought were going to come up and ask me for a hit. For my
They're pretty big in New York.
Oh man, like oh,
They were almost like possum
yeah.
size in Texas,
That's
compared
what
to
I thought
Texas.
they were when I first saw them. I swear to God, I was standing out, I'm smoking a blunt, I'm chilling. I look in this fucking on this chain fence, and I see this rat climbing this chain link fence that I thought was a possum that had babies on its back. It was so big, bro,
Yes,
and it
sir.
was a fucking rat.
You dirty rat.
I also saw last year at Baltimore. I saw a rat that was like 5'1". I mean, his name was close to Sneeko, but that other than
Ooh.
that, I saw some real rats out there.
Everybody will have their day to come to Jesus, man. And I just hope at one point, people grow up
Who's this Jesus
and we
dude?
can squash all this shit, and devil will have his due. That's all I gotta say about that for right now, man. But yeah, that $300. So the fucking so that last night, right? Once again, we're sitting for that last dinner, right? And they got everybody just waiting outside the motherfucker, right? And I'm like, man, why the fuck? And then they finally let us in, and then it is a plosh, like a posh fucking setting, like the fucking tables right, the fucking napkins with the fucking solid forks and shit. They've already got the fucking the dessert set out, the fucking the salad is looking fucking posh and shit. I'm like, okay, okay, right? And then we fucking sit down and start eating fucking solid, and then it's just me and this one random fucking dude, and I'm like, where the fuck is Jen and fucking Aaron? I call these motherfuckers up. These motherfuckers are at the bar. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, there were already people coming into town. Like Sleepy came in, Big Leg, and they're like, "Hey, what are you up to?" Like blah blah blah. And I was like, "Well, I'm probably gonna skip this Diamond Retailer dinner. And what are y'all up to?" And then we just started drinking.
You guys should have just came because they at one point they weren't even fucking checking badges anymore, dude.
Oh wow! So I
Yeah.
was right across the street. I should have just walked back in.
Yeah, yeah, and you got to remember, there's free drinks, right?
Yeah,
So free wine, free beer, all that shit was fucking free, including the Hard Rock Cafe. All that shit was
true.
fucking free. So they stopped for checking fucking badges. You could have fucking walked in. We could have had a fucking. We would have been a little bit loud, which I would have appreciated because some of those presenters would fucking put me to fucking sleep. But so the main meal comes out and it's fucking. You know how you see these $500 freaking plates, and it's got this little one protein, and it's like circular and shit, and you got like this fucking sauce and shit, right? Well, that's what this fucking looked like. I'm like, oh shit, they fucking hooked your boy up. I was like, all right, let's get into this. I started fucking cutting into this fucking. I didn't. And what was crazy was when I walked up to it, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know whether it was chicken or fish or crab. I didn't know what the fuck it was. So I started cutting into it. Like, oh, okay, it's fucking chicken. There's no taste of this shit, man. I was like, oh shit, do I have fucking COVID? Because this shit there's no fucking flavor to it. This don't make no goddamn sense, man. Then they had the little rice thing with raisins. Please stop putting raisins in people's fucking dinner. That shit don't fucking belong. That is okay as a snack, but raisins do not belong in any part of fucking dinner. I'm sorry. So I taste that shit and say, oh, okay, well, I guess somebody behind the fucking joint just don't know how to fucking cook. That's just the way it is, man. But yeah, man, it was interesting. I finally got to meet Ant from Bird City. I got to meet Jen, and some of the other folks, man. Um, it was interesting. The Baltimore Con. I don't know how was your Baltimore Con? Did you go any of the days or what? Or
I went all the days.
okay.
So yeah.
I don't know how you did it because by
Yeah, I
Saturday
mean,
morning I was strung out. I was like, oh shit.
yeah, I mean, like the first day was like I hit up like Ion Comics, so I met up with Variant and Carl, picked up a bunch of stuff from him, and then I was just kind of like jumping to the different booths and kind of cherry picking. And then Saturday was like more of just like talking with all the different like content creators that were there. Like Comic Man Andy was there. I met Thorough. He was there for a day, so that was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. So I started counting the cosplayers, right? Because I'm always interested.
How
Because
many? How many?
so there were way more Star Trek people cosplaying than superheroes.
Interesting.
When it came to superheroes, I didn't see. I saw one Harley. That Harley I saw as I was leaving. I saw a couple of Black Adams, a couple of Doctor Who cosplayers. Everybody else, manga,
Manga
just
or
fucking
anime,
manga. Yeah,
yeah.
it was just One Piece. A lot of 'em, one like I forget what's the name of the girl from One Piece. Not One Piece. Demon Slayer.
Oh, I forget her. The one that carries the
The thing in her
bamboo in her
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah, I forget
I
what I
don't.
forget what. But yeah, there
Yeah,
was a bunch of girls dressed like her. And then random freaking just the Japanese schoolgirl outfits and shit.
yeah.
So yeah, freaking for cosplayers, yeah, freaking manga freaking rule the roost around that. Um, shout out to Trish, who was still representing. She looked strung out. She looked fucking tired. Ant was fucking
Yeah.
tired.
How big was Trisha's line this year?
You know what? It really wasn't that freaking big this year.
I think she just had a constant flow of people at all times. Like,
Yeah.
and then she was there with Tony as well.
Right. Yeah. So that would have been my first time to talk to Tony and Trish in person, but no, they just looked strung out. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and leave them because I was just strung out as well. I will give a shout out to CGC who finally got the fucking lines right because instead of just having a long ass line, what they did was they took either they asked you to pre-order your shit, right? So you could go home, do it online, and then you come up with the freaking the sales sheet
Print out,
already. You
yeah.
just and you just hand it to them. Or when you arrive, you wrote your name down and your phone number, and then you go out for the rest of the fucking con. And then when they were ready for you, they fucking send you a message. Hey, freaking, we're ready for you. Then you come in, and then you type
That's
all the shit on your
awesome
own.
sauce.
Yeah, you type all the shit on your own on the laptop, and just put that shit in, and then you fucking print out the shit on your own. So I thought that was amazing. But just like you said, Aaron, there was no same day or 2 day freaking turnaround time or anything, any shit like that. So I think that was a pretty big part of it. There was a lot of missing publishers and shit. Um, a lot of missing artists. Like I think the most famous person that was there was again John Leguizamo.
Well,
Um,
Jim Lee was there on Friday. Frank Miller was there on Saturday. But they usually like set up like in a
their own
private
own
booth
private booth.
area, just like Casada did that last year, like where it's
Yeah.
like on the second or third floor.
Yeah. There's a lot of I did get to talk to a lot of artists that had never worked on anything inside of an actual comic or a cover before. So I was like, hey man, freaking your shit's pretty good. You ever work on a retail exclusive? They say, what the fuck is that? Excuse
Oh
me.
wow!
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
you're kind of networking with them, so I'm like, hey, there's a
yeah.
better lane to get into the
Yeah,
industry.
I was like, hey, give me your fucking business card. I don't have a business card. The fuck you mean? What? Yeah. So it was weird for some fucking reason. But after that, man, I think by 11 o'clock on Saturday, or was it 12? No, it was 11 o'clock because I remember because the Diamond previews had a booth and he was like, hey, come back at 12:30 and we're gonna spin this fucking wheel for a fucking giveaway. And I was like, oh, cool. But by 11 o'clock, me, the wife, and the kids, we were just done. We're like, we're going fucking home because, I mean, we had been on the floor on Friday, which was okay, and then it was like, and then once again those prices. I Remo, he had been talking earlier about the prices to take your whole family to some of these cons, man. Fucking so $35 on Friday. It was $35 per adult, right?
Well, your badge got you in on Friday.
Right. It got me in.
Yeah.
It got me in, right? But then I got my wife and my two sons. Luckily, one of my sons is 8. My other son, he's 13, and then my wife is, she's grown, right? So that means that's $70 just for Friday, right? Or excuse me, yeah, $70 just for Friday. Now, if you wanted to do like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which we were not going to do all fucking 3 days. I forget how much was it $75 for all fucking 3 days? I was like, nah, man. So I got up. So shout out to the brother man at the fucking booth. I was like, how man? I was like, hey man, I already got my fucking badge and everything, but I forgot to buy fucking tickets for my for the rest of the family. He was like, hey, come over here. He takes me out to the corner. He's like, hey man, you got cash? I was like, I might have a little bit of cash. He was like, hey look, I will give you 2 3-day badges for $50. I was like, oh, word. I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, shh. So I had to go to my wife for cash.
Nice.
Now what I should have did, because we left early on Saturday, I should have probably passed it off to some of the people that we saw that were cosplaying in the street. just fast those noise off or something like that. But yeah, so it's sometimes it's the little victories, man. And
I did the same thing in Emerald City, man. They had us go to this other hotel. So we went to the con first and we're like, hey, where do we buy tickets? They're like, you got to go 2 miles that way to a hotel to get your tickets. So we went to the hotel.
what?
We're walking there and we get to the hotel and there's a guy in the hotel like, hey, I got tickets for cash. And I'm like, how much? And he's like they were like half price. I'm like, deal.
Yeah,
Deal.
because I was looking at it because before we even drove back, I was looking at it online. I was like, really? I was you know how you put it in the freaking cart. I was like plus tax. I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah, it didn't always used to be that much. It used to be $15.
Yeah, at the most, man.
$15 per
15,
person.
20, if
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and 12 kids, 12 and under used to be free.
Free, yeah.
Now it's 10 and under. You know, like that shit don't make no fucking sense. Because you would want more people there to spend more money. And as a result, I saw more booths, but less people actually in the aisles looking at shit.
I gotta give Yee props because he knew the right people to hang out with in Baltimore. He was hanging out with Jen and Big Leg, and you hang out with these people that are giants that know. And then Jen, like I would have been hanging out with Jen the whole time because I know Jen can beat some ass. So I wouldn't have been worried if I was hanging out with Jen and Big Leg. So props to Yee for doing that, man.
Oh yeah. I felt safe around them because like
Yeah.
huge people, people don't mess with them. So
Yeah, Redwoods, man.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Jen, man. I finally got to meet her. I was very happy about that. Once again, I'm pissed that I didn't get to hang out with you guys at the freaking bar, man. But once again, 70-degree weather in that fucking Baltimore at nighttime, and on Baltimore streets just wasn't for the kid. I'm sorry, man. SAC. See, Mama Kama says if we go to the LA con for just Saturday, it's going to be $150.
I'm gonna be going to the LA con.
Damn.
Well, hold on, Lucy. You need to hit up the LA con and let them know that you have Nearing Nirvana and get a media badge.
Yeah.
Right.
If
Right.
you want to know who to contact for LA Comic Con to get press passes.
Yep. STCC used to be $35 per day and $25 for Sunday. Well, how much is it now? Is it like $100 or some shit?
That's got to be at least $80-$90 a day. At least.
SCC is like easily $100 a day. Easy.
Yeah, but that makes more sense because when you go there, like all the publishers are there, and then they've got those movie presentations and all that other shit. So I get that.
In 2006, 2006 was the last year I went before I went. There was like a 10-year period where I didn't go. And in 2006, I think I paid like $220 for the whole weekend or like all 5 days, which even then, back then, it was expensive.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, the Baltimore comic folks, they're just gonna run their own show into the freaking ground, man. Because look, it's not like they have a big presentation that people are waiting for. It's not like they got some movie preview trailer that they're showing that everybody's just cramming in to freaking go see. So for them to charge $35 to $40 per fucking day, they're out of their freaking mind.
Let me ask you this as someone who wasn't there. What was like the biggest thing there that was like, wow, I'm glad I came?
Aaron and Jen.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's probably just meeting all the people, to be completely honest. But I mean,
Right.
at the actual con, there was nothing like that I was dying to go do, or I had to go meet this person or whatever. There was nothing like that for me personally.
Yeah. You
So
know, Trish and Tony, but they didn't have a big line.
no, I saw Jim Lee outside the con.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited to meet Jim Lee or Frank Miller. No, look, God bless them. They're talented. They've had their freaking time. They've got great things coming in the future. But I'm not. I was never like, oh man, I want to go to Baltimore Con to meet these folks.
No.
Yeah.
Never. You know what I mean? I'm there to meet the rest of you guys. So and see what else is out there. So I don't know. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, so let's get into some of the stuff that you guys might need to know. So I took a look at the pre-sale data. I'm talking about stuff that's not even on FOC yet to see what's kind of hot in them streets. So Marvel's got this weird superhero Disney character freaking mixed cover thing coming out
I haven't heard
for
about
like for Fantastic Four and Amazing Spider-Man. I forget the other covers, right? The artist is Pescio Vecchio, and it's for the Disney 100 variant. There's the regular cover, and then also a black and white variant. The black and white variant is a 1/100, but still the color one is still doing really well. Within the last 7 days, there has been 97 copies of that Pescio variant being sold on eBay. Okay. Also, Batman 130. I don't know what's going on Batman 130 necessarily.
it. Is that the Spawn Batman homage?
No, that isn't. No, that is not. There's a cover A Jorge Jimenez that one is sold 83. Then Vampirella Year One, number 6. She's basically naked on this cover. It looks like she's just coming out of the water.
Excellent.
That Star Wars Visions number 1. I don't know if you guys remember that from a couple weeks ago. There's a second print.
I actually watched that today for the first time.
What did you think?
I thought that shit was fire as fuck, man.
Yeah. I mean, all of them were good except for one. Right, one was like whatever, but the rest of them were really pretty good.
Yeah, that first one was like with the Sith.
With the spinning lightsaber.
Yeah, and then he pulls out his, and he's a Sith, or he has a Sith one too, and then
yeah.
So that shit was hard.
You know what's interesting is I only saw one person at Baltimore Comic Con dressed in Star Wars gab, and I didn't even know who the character was. So I don't know what's going on with Star Wars cosplay right now. But yeah, the Star Wars Visions number 1, the second print, is actually doing pretty well. Sold about 78. Hockey is saying, "You influencers, we are not influencers yet, man.
Right?
Yeah. We're just a bunch of drunk and high people.
You talking
just
spicy?
talking about what we love."
We're talking spicy now. We ain't been no influence, and all of a sudden we influencers.
I'll take it.
Miles Morales Spider-Man, number 1. That one's got 72 sales. Batman number 1 and 29. The cover A has got 68. More Pescio, the Amazing Spider-Man number 19. That's selling about 58. The Batman Spawn number 1 that somebody mentioned earlier, that one's selling about 58 to 60. That one's actually been making more increase in sales. I've been keeping an eye on that for the last 2 weeks. It's slowly been growing. But the one that I actually saw growing was the glow in the dark one. The problem is I don't trust the glow in the darks, right? Because once you get those things in a box, the fluorescent little glitter shit that makes it fucking glow in the dark kind of knocks it off. So by the time you fucking get it, that shit don't fucking glow in the dark anymore, man.
Glow in the dark stuff ain't the same as it was when we were kids. I'll say that. Because every time I've gotten something that glows in the dark, I don't care what it is, it glows for seconds. Where I used to have shit, you could charge that shit all day, and that shit was gonna get you through the night.
Yes.
You could wake up with that bitch, and it would still be glowing.
Glowworms. Remember glowworms?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All that shit, man. Like I bought these knobs for one of my drum machines, and they're like, oh yeah, they'll glow, all night or whatever. Man, I turned that shit on. I was like, man, this is some bullshit. Serious. You got me for like $6 a piece, and they're fucking bullshit.
Man. But yeah, Pescio, Amazing Spider-Man number 19, number 21 is doing well. An outlier that I'm not really tracking what's going on with this book, Fantastic Four, number 1. All the covers are doing pretty well to include, but the forerunner right now is the Alex Frost cover. Yeah. And then lastly, that Crypt of Shadows, number 1. That one actually came out about 3 weeks ago. yes, we're tracking the cover A's doing well because Blade's daughter that she's on the
Yeah.
cover. But there's
And that's a
actually
thick book too, man. It's make sure
yeah,
you
it's got
got
a
the right size.
yeah, it's got like 4 or 5. But the one that actually has been picking up within the last week or so has been the Ryan Brown one. That's the one with w- uh, Wolverine, the girl Wolverine, and
Yeah.
Man Thing on there. And I
Mm,
think that's only because that's the only one that's actually available.
mm,
And then Moon Knight Annual #1, that one's coming out pretty soon. I think that was like around 30 in sales.
mm.
Uh, Look, the market, man. Freaking, I've been telling y'all about this for how long, right? Um, Fed came out this week. They actually said, "Hey, we are going to raise it," and everyone's like, "Oh, they're only going to raise it about 5 points." No, they raised that shit 75 points, right? So that is the result of this stuff, of this all this red blood, not as blood red as I've seen before, but pretty damn bad. Disney's back under $100. I think at one point this week it did reach down to my target of 93, but I missed it because I was on some other bullshit. But this is still it's around where we want it, but still not yet. I would say um, right before the beginning of next week. So next week is what I'm looking at it right now. See, because would you want to get your liquidity? Yeah. So next week is the week right before the 15th when a lot of people have money. So people are going to be looking to cash in some of their stocks. So they're going to want to get liquid. So you might start to see a sell off this next week coming, starting Tuesday. Um, when it comes to the whole market being unstable, looks like people are still going for Bitcoin as a kind of a safe haven. So right, once again, like this was from 2 weeks ago. Bitcoin at 19,000, now it's back up to 21,000. Still not at the 60,000 where we saw it start, but it's going back up there. Oh, what I did want to mention is that Treasury
The
bonds.
almost 10 brought to you by Beyond Wednesdays. Let's get it.
Okay.
The heck is that?
Okay. Um. Oh yeah. So
The almost 10.
The hell?
Okay. The almost 10. Go
Awesome.
on.
Um.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
so
edit my clips, and I keep forgetting that I routed my audio through everything so you guys can hear everything my computer does. I'm gonna mute myself.
it wouldn't be so bad if you finished the sentence like almost did. I'm like, what's going on with almost 10? I'm like, got me, got me, yeah, got me like almost 10. Oh shit, let me go. Like, oh,
What are you doing?
What's up with
pour
the-
some knowledge on me, bro. What's going on with almost 10?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Why is the Mama Comics on here? I don't know. She's got the link. But yeah. Oh, so Treasury bonds, right? So Treasury bonds is the end of the year. So because of all the rate hikes, the Treasury bond interest rates are going up as well. So that means there's more of a return on some of those I bonds, those C bonds, whatever. This week and actually this whole month, they are auctioning off a whole bunch of bonds for really cheap. So think of your most bonds usually cost $100. Some of these are starting off at auction for about $90. So that means you buy $90 for $100. Now some of them had closed like around 99. That's still good because you could buy a treasury bond for let's say 98, 99. And then it closes that very next week, and then that very next week that's when it hits, and then 6% off of that $100, which gives you 106 if you wait on it. So yes sir. So treasurydirect.gov, that's where you want to go. Check it out. If you have any questions, absolutely hit me up at Chilton Greens Cornbread on Twitter and on Instagram, and I can walk you through what's going on with that. But it's definitely something that.
Say that website one more time.
Yep, treasurydirect.gov. Right. Just once again, I am not a financial uh certified financial guy. I just want to let y'all know that that's out there because there were a lot of auctions happening this week, and I think through the next month there's I think it was like 21 billion in bonds are supposed to be auctioned off this month.
You used to be able
So
to get them at the bank back in the day. I remember when I was a kid. You used to be able to buy the bonds at the bank.
right, exactly, right. So what happens is when you buy it at the bank, it takes a year
Hmm.
for it to mature.
Yeah.
The ones that are being auctioned, they're coming up. They're going to mature within the next week or two. Right. That means
You're
that
getting them at
somebody
the end. Yeah.
that means somebody sold it because they needed the cash real quick. So now the governments they're trying to make some of that money back, and they're trying to give everybody a chance so you can get them on the back end of that maturity rate,
Hmm.
get it for cheap, and end up getting the money off of the maturity rate.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Sandman. This is the news we've been kind of waiting for. The Sandman renewed for a season 2. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I don't know if you guys watched it. I liked it. Not as good as not as titular as Lucifer for Netflix, but I still thought that it was pretty damn good, and I can't wait for season
I'm
2. What do
actually
you guys think?
surprised Netflix did the right thing and gave it a season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I would
definitely
watch.
enjoyed. Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely enjoyed the series, and I'm glad it got renewed for a second season because just the way they left it off is like kind of like I want to know more.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've read from Sandman, it didn't. And once again, it's been a while since I have read Sandman. Anyway, it wasn't the same vibe, but it was a good vibe of what was being put together. But here's the problem: now I don't just want Sandman; I want the rest of the DC Vertigo
Yeah.
stuff. Now that I know that Netflix can handle it, give me the rest. I want the books of magic. I want more John Constantine. Right? Shit, fucking put Santana, the one that was canceled on Netflix. Bring her into the freaking mix because CW ain't gonna freaking. And I'll talk about that.
Well, a dev series would be badass.
Yes, right, right. In fact, let's talk about this right now. DC Stargirl canceled.
This is sad news for me.
Why is that? Did you really enjoy it? Or I thought this was just a bit for.
I enjoyed it. It was getting a little weaker as the season come on, but it was one of the one live action DC shows outside of Titans and Doom Patrol I was really enjoying.
Right. What's happening with Doom Patrol? They didn't cancel it? Did they? It's still
No,
going,
season
right?
4 comes out in a couple weeks, and
Okay.
Titans 4 just dropped today.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Titans guy. My wife and my kid, they watch Titans together. I was a Doom Patrol guy. I haven't watched the latest season. I got a lot of shit to freaking get off my plate and watch. But Stargirl, I never really got into it. No, just looking at this photo of Stargirl right now, I'm just like, some shit's just not for me. You know?
I
No?
really think it, and this isn't really saying a hell of a lot, I really think out of all the CW shows, it was probably one of the best.
You think so?
Yeah.
Archie. I would. Well,
Well, unfortunately, as
I
far
would
as the
say.
Arrowverse, because Riverdale's its own thing.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I haven't watched Stargirl, but I do think I did like what they did with Archie. They brought it a little bit more reality. The thing with the little statutory rape on Archie that was a little weird with Miss Grundle.
That
But
was
I thought the rest of the
awesome
stuff was
sauce. Ain't
the
that
rest
right,
of the
Puppy?
stuff. The rest of the
My
stuff was
dog
like,
thinks it's awesome sauce.
yeah, people are a little pissed off. They're like, well, Betty and Veronica, they're not that way. I was like, read it, but read it without them smiling all the time because you see the crazy shit they were fucking doing in the freaking comics. You're like, yeah, that shit was fucking crazy. They are fucking kind of psychopaths, right? Um, but I think the more interesting thing is here. The new CW Entertainment president, Bad Schwartz, he just got bought online, and he's kind of outlined what he thinks the direction that he wants to take the CW, right? So he's saying that hey, they are looking because CW has lost a lot of money off of the stuff they've been bringing in. He's like, hey, the packages that they're going to offer some of these other, people that are making TV series is going to be a lot less, right? Especially for the licensed stuff. He's like, hey, and if we can't freaking get that licensed stuff, fine, we'll do the unscripted stuff, which is crazy, right? Because I'm not. Who the fuck is going to go and tune in to CW for unscripted content, right? That's what I got Discovery for, and Lifetime and all the other stuff, right? But that was something that I saw going forward because, like I said, like what 2 years ago when I started talking about the unions, nobody was like, "Oh, the union stuff, nobody cares." But well, when the unions start charging people a lot of money and making all these freaking demands, l- they're going to find a way to do the same stuff, but another way for cheaper. So when Aaron, when we were at the retailer summit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to be more diverse,
Oh
and we're
yeah,
going to go
they're
freaking overseas." That's not the reason why they fucking want to do that shit. It's
right.
because it's cheaper overseas. They don't have to pay attention to the unions or any of that other fucking bullshit, man. Those people, you should see the freaking sweatshops that they use to draw the anime and the manga shit, man. They don't fucking
Right.
got unions over there. It's
Yeah.
just way cheaper and a lot less of a headache to do it that way, right?
Right.
So you know, it's going to be interesting to see because DC, they do have a lot of licenses with CW. They are cutting some of that shit out. I guess it's because CW says, yeah, we're not going to pay a lot of money for that shit, right?
Well, I wonder
So
if like
I think they're cutting
IDW
it
with
almost 100% at this point.
yeah,
well, it makes me
that's
wonder if
what.
like IDW's like original properties that they're creating now are gonna start
It's
being
just gonna be Xena Warrior Princess all over again.
or if
That's
like
just
CW
gonna
starts
be,
giving that attention, you know.
yeah, it's
Or
just gonna
they're-
be terrible.
Yeah,
You're gonna be
um,
filming in New Zealand and shit.
yeah. I mean, New Zealand they give ridiculous tax credits to the companies that
Yeah,
freaking
because
film
they
there and
do.
everything, but
But a lot of people don't like going out there to do all that, being away from their family for those long periods of time to film TV shows. So you're gonna start getting B and C list art,
yeah.
actors.
So we're
Well,
gonna get like
yeah,
D-level horror actors and shit like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the top tier,
Yeah,
'cause no one
yeah,
wants to relocate for 8-9 months out of the year.
yeah.
true
I
that.
mean, if you're a single, right?
Yeah,
There, some of those actors were fine about it because, like New Zealand, Australia, they're once again, it's kind of like the outback. You're out in like the middle of nowhere and everything,
yeah,
and the actors were fine with it. But lately, some of those outer freaking towns and villages and shit, they've got the fucking cops like all over, just waiting to arrest fucking people,
hmm
and that fucking ruins it. That fucking ruins it. Like, what was the chick from the Fast and Furious? Was it Michelle Rodriguez?
oh yeah, yeah,
She had a fucking bad. She was fucking doing a DUI, and she had a DUI. And normally, oh shit, if I'm a fucking cop and you're fucking famous, I'm just gonna fucking drive you home, right?
hmm
But they fucking arrested her ass, fucking wrote her up for fucking charges and all this stuff. I was like, okay, then bitch, I don't want to fucking come back. Hey, fucking just take this shit on the fucking road. We don't fucking, you know, any look. If I got a sports team, or if I'm shooting a movie, that should be the biggest thing. Like, hey, we got some rowdy fucking people. You
yeah.
make sure if they do some dumb shit, you fucking call me first before you get that shit all out on fucking TMZ. I don't know.
Or just get them. If they're just driving out on a dirt road by themselves, then you're gonna have to let me off on this one. Yeah,
Luke up down says I have the inside track of what single Hollywood actors are into. Man, if you see that, what was that shit? What was the name of the actor from Pirates of the Caribbean? They just had that big thing with his wife.
Johnny
Uh,
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
yeah, man. Apparently, there's some freaking thing. They're writing a book about it about the shit that old girl was into. She used to have these weird fucking parties over at the house.
Amateurs at weird parties.
Yeah, she used to have these weird, allegedly used to have these weird cult parties, these weird sex parties and shit.
Awesome
Um,
sauce.
but it wasn't like, oh, I'm just here to do it for enjoyment. She would videotape the shit and um and she would later lure that over freaking people, and that's one of the things she was able to lure it over your boy Elon Musk. So allegedly,
Mm.
you know.
Got him
So
in some freak shit and then recorded it
yeah, man, just and you
and
and
then blackmailed him with it.
yeah, exactly. And you normally you would normally
So
if it
she's
was
got
any other
videos of
person,
Elon Musk like in a clown costume,
if
taking
if
whipped in the butt and shit.
yeah, I don't know about all that, but I do know this. Normally, I would not have believed it, but after watching that fucking court case and seeing the evidence that she tried to put out there of his drug use, right? She's like, "Oh, hey, this is a photo I took of him using drugs, and it was just like a bag of powder on a fucking table." It's like I wish my wife would fucking, wake up in the fucking morning and take a photo of the fucking bottles and send it off to my fucking friends. Like, what the fuck are
Right?
you doing?
We would just be
Like,
like,
what the fuck are you
okay.
doing?
Like, where are we at?
Brian, if my wife sends you a message like, "Hey, this is what Lucas has been up to," you need to fucking call me immediately. Like, "Hey, what the fuck, bro?"
That, hey, bro, that's another thing that I don't understand. How come that doesn't happen more often? Like when something weird is going down and somebody doesn't go, "Hey, man, what is up with this?"
Yeah. That's why you got to be in tune with your homies. You got to be able to bounce it off them. Like, hey, man, I was just doing X, Y, and Z, and this went down. What you think of that? And they be like, oh, you tripping?
I'd be like, what
You
the
still there?
fuck?
Like, you are
Yo,
tripping, bro.
oh man, like
So I'm
I
not
said,
cool with
man.
that. You might want to go out the back.
Well, so I will admit, to being guilty of like not telling my friend to get out of a bad situation because we were doing a live broadcast and his wife came in and said, "Hey, aren't you going to bed yet?" He said some shit like, "Man, fuck you, bitch." And she says, "Okay." And then he turns right back around and he didn't see that she came back in and closed the door right behind him. And she tapped him on the fucking shirt, knocked his ass out.
Mm.
Boy, I'm talking about the fucking chair rolls over. You just see the chair, the fucking wheels of the fucking chair fucking roll up and shit, right? Yeah. And I was laughing. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, it was
That was
should have
one
told him to get out of a bad situation. So look,
She gave him the uppercut.
she put the hands on him.
Mm.
Let him know who really wear the pants in the fucking family.
That's when the ball's still in the purse.
Yeah, like on one hand, you know that hey, if you walk down the wrong alley, she should have enough hands, to fucking help you out. But
Hey, if she would
on
shut
the
the
other
door.
hand,
Anybody shut the door
but
behind
but
you, better,
she
you
was
know
on
you in for it right
yeah,
there.
she was on that Michael Myers shit. What the fuck you say to me? Yeah. Black Adam, right? It came out about 3 weeks ago. It is now going head to head with One Piece Red. One Piece is that manga series I was just telling you guys about. It just hit 1,000 volumes. Yeah, 1,000 volumes back in January. I think it ended maybe like 2 months later, something like that. Now it's coming out with a movie, or it came out with a movie this past Wednesday called One Piece Red. Had a whole big thing in NYC trailers and all the other stuff. Now it's going head to head, but looks like Black Adam is still holding its own. I think they're saying that it made like 14 to 16 million this freaking week. And this really is the last week that Black Adam can actually make money out of the theaters because after this, the money actually goes just to the movie theaters instead of back to DC.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because so for the first 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the agreement, the actual money goes towards the movie distributor, right?
Right.
After those 3 weeks, that's when the movie theaters actually make their freaking money. So
Mm.
first 3 weeks, the movie theaters actually make more money off of the popcorn and the sodas. After
Right.
that, that's when they actually start making money. So this was the last week that DC actually get to make money really off of the freaking actual thing.
I got you. So now,
So
like at the drive-in, it'll be the B movie instead of the A movie.
mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So this is an interesting thing for it because look, it's been a top movie for the last 3 weeks. I don't know what to do with that. It's like I don't know what to do with my hands. Like let's say okay, they're getting rid of all this other stuff. They got Black Adam. It was a hit, right? And don't forget, right now we're getting ready to go into the family holiday season. Families are going to be looking for stuff to actually watch with their fucking families. One Piece. It's look. Even today, I went to see that George Clooney, Julia Roberts shit. Like, I forget, it was like a fucking. And what was weird was there was more people in there to see that George Clooney movie than there was to see that Black Adam movie, right? As we were walking in, there was actually two teenagers who were dressed like One Piece, right? One had the fucking little goofy fucking hat and everything. And I was like, okay, that's fucking cool. But a lot of people don't know what One Piece is. I
Yeah,
even asked this one girl at my job. I was like, "Hey, you going to freaking see the One Piece movie?" She did not give a fuck about One Piece.
yeah,
No, One Piece is not it. Then, oh yeah, they recognize that it's been on for a long time. They just don't give a fuck about.
yeah.
So I'm going to try and take my sons to see it tomorrow. They enjoy Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if they're going to enjoy One Piece. We'll see. Um,
Aren't they
but
like
I
pirates or something? Like my
that's the whole
daughter was
premise.
watching it.
They're demon parts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's, if that's like me and a Game of Thrones. It's like it's so far ahead. I'm not gonna go back and watch all 1,000 episodes of that or whatever. How it's more than 1,000. If it's 1,000 volumes of the manga, then that's like whole stories. You know what I mean? Parts of the story. So that's like over 1,000 episodes.
Right. Well, hopefully, they'll fill in that gap when it comes to the movie, right? They'll freaking the drag. That's what the Dragon Ball Z movie actually did
Yeah,
really, really well. You didn't have to freaking read or fucking watch all the 20 past years of shit in order to
yeah.
fucking understand what was going on
Or
with
said
Dragon
it's
Ball
been
Z.
known since
Yeah, my
1998.
son. Yeah, they dropped my sons right in on it. They understood who was the main guy. They understood what was going on, what were the boundaries of the power, and they understood it. They got it. And they went home and they freaking got on Netflix and freaking they started watching more Dragon Ball Z shit. So
Yeah.
hopefully One Piece does that for them, right?
It's on. It was either there or Crunchyroll. I was looking through and it was on there because I was going to start watching it. And I was just like, I'm not going to
Yeah,
start.
that's the thing. You know, that's kind of a hell of a fucking commitment. It's like, so for
Yeah.
instance, House of Dragons, right, which has had an excellent season. And
Mhm.
my wife doesn't give a fuck about uh Game of Thrones. She didn't give
Yeah.
a fuck about
I'm,
none of this shit,
I'm with
right?
it. Yeah.
But this House of Dragons, it dropped her right into a great situation. She under, when that whole pregnancy scene that where they freaking started it off, if I could drop her right in as a you want to freaking have a scene where with a strong woman, fucking set the boundaries, set the shit right. People are gonna fucking die. Back in the day, fucking doctors didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and she
Mhm.
fucking got that right away, and she was fucking immediately hooked. But now that I'm trying to get her to watch the Game of Thrones, so it gives her more context, she don't give a fuck about none of that other shit.
I
Yeah, that's
love how
tough,
people.
man.
I love how people when they talk about Game of Thrones, they say back in the day,
Exactly.
that shit
Right.
was real.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there were dragons and shit. Because I believe that shit.
Well, I mean, what's the difference between a dragon and a dinosaur? Right?
Amen. I
Are
fucking
are,
agree.
are we are we really
Testify.
saying are we absolutely saying that there were no type of dinosaurs with wings? Because that's a fucking lie.
Bro, there was dragons and shit back then, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean, most we could say is that maybe there weren't any dinosaurs that could spit fire, but
You seen
you
that
know,
movie Rain of Fire? You ever seen that shit?
Fucking love that
yeah,
movie,
That,
dude.
that movie is the shit.
yeah,
Matthew McConaughey, great movie, dude.
yeah. So I think all that stuff is great. You know, they just uh Hollywood they needed to pull back on the King Arthur shit, man, because
Yeah.
look, how many fucking King Arthur fucking movies can we fucking have? Like,
Oh,
come
my
on now.
God. Every couple of
You
years, or
know, like fucking
Guy
Tarzan
Ritchie
movies. Like, how many fucking Tarzan movies can we fucking get?
Did you see the Guy Ritchie King Arthur thing?
No.
That was good. was really fucking good, man.
No, but I mean, there was
From
like 3 of them. You
oh,
had a lot of other movies.
Hey, excuse me, guys. I'm dealing with a sick dog at the moment. I'm gonna have to tap out.
All right, brother, you do what you got to do, man.
I love you
Hope your dog's
guys.
gonna be all right.
I apologize, but my dog is getting sick. So,
All right, man. Take care of your baby, man.
peace.
But yeah, man, freaking yeah, I'm definitely trying to watch all that stuff, man. It's just all depends on.
I think, like you said,
What in the hell is going on? Queen, the queen is here. The queen is here.
Hey, Lucy.
Hey guys, what's
Hola,
up?
mami.
Hello.
¿Cómo fue el Día de Muertos?
Not so good. This whole week was hard.
What?
I
What
had both
happened?
kids sick. Romy got sick on Monday.
Oh no.
So yeah, had a fever all day since Monday morning, and then the
Oh
baby
shit.
got sick too. So my whole week. I didn't have no sleep.
Oh man. I'm really worried about that because nationally a lot of kids have been getting sick. I don't
Mhm.
think a lot of people are tracking the respiratory cyclic virus right now.
That's what they had.
They
The
had that.
RSV.
Yeah,
What's it called?
RSV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's combining with the regular flu virus. So even if you get the vaccines, it's combining to be a hybrid virus. So just
Yes. Yeah.
but oh fuck,
Yeah.
man. But
We gotta start going back to avoiding people, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah, you got to right. Try and stay 6 feet away. If you can't do 6 feet away, freaking wear a mask. I was, in fact, I was talking with Jen about the same thing on Saturday, and I was like, man, I was like, I'm, I'm scared to be with all these freaking people. She was like, do you want me to put my mask on? I was like, no, I'm like, I'm looking at her. I think you're good. I
All
think
right.
you're good. Like,
I hope you're okay.
you know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's freaking
it
scary,
was
man.
yeah, and it's really hard because Romy does not take medicine. I cannot give him medicine.
That's how
So
I
he's the
was.
one who suffers the most. Yeah, and I suffer too because I have to keep
Mhm.
No
checking
sleep.
on him and no sleep. Yeah,
I
so
remember they used to give me the spoonful and I'd spit that shit right out or I'd throw out.
yep,
Like, my motherfucking take that.
that's Romy. I cannot like I will hide it like on um Gatorade or the juice, and he knew it was there. He will throw.
Man, that's
The only thing that I was able to hide it was on Sprite.
uh,
Maybe because it
you,
was kind of sweet. Like that's the only thing. So he kept drinking Sprite, and I don't really like to give him soda. So I was like, fuck. But that's the only thing I could give him Tylenol or something.
ginger
you
ale.
know, yeah, with
Mhm.
all the cannabis gummies running around, you would think they would have like some type of Robitussin gummies by now that you can fucking
I
take.
I know. But they do have lollipops though,
Mm.
for the throat. And it's
Yeah.
just like to soothe in the throat. But yeah, it was a tough week. They're finally getting better. Well, see, Romy had the cough for a whole month,
Mm.
and
Mm,
and
jeez,
just this Monday he started with the fever. So he wanted to go trick or treating, and we put him a mask, and we only went to like 5 houses, and he was done. He's like, I want to go home.
really?
We're like,
Oof.
but it's because he wanted to go. But me and Sam, we were like, we feel bad that we took him out. We shouldn't have. But he also
But
wanted to go.
look, he's how old is he? Because he's only got so many Halloweens left.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
Mariah, it was her. I mean, she doesn't know what's
Everybody
going on.
was
It was her
that
first
was
one.
out here doing trick or treating was grown ass motherfucker. I was like, what are you doing walking up to the door?
Bro,
That's
fucking Halloween, there
Sending their
was
kids up there to bring
five,
candy.
yeah, I swear to God, there was like five 13-year-old girls freaking rolling up to my house for Halloween candy. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like,
what? That's
yeah, I
good.
was like, yeah, I
Like,
was like,
Pillowcase or
yeah.
an IKEA bag. Like,
And they didn't even say like trick or treat and none of that stuff. And they waited
just
till I
be
put,
like,
and because I opened the door and I'm like, I'm looking at them, they're looking at me. They're
yeah.
looking at me, I'm looking at them. I'm waiting.
Like, say it. You
I'm like,
gotta say it.
say
Yeah, right.
something. I'm
Yeah.
like, hello, and
Yeah, no,
and they did this, like,
you're like,
like,
you gotta say it.
and then I was like, all right. So I started putting candy, and then after I put the candy, and then they started saying, "Happy Halloween." I'm like, that's still not what you fucking say.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Trick or treat.
like,
It's
like,
so cool. No,
yo,
yeah, my Lennox. Well, Lennox is 12, and he dressed up. He wanted to dress up.
that's
He
great.
yeah, no,
Wife
he
be
still.
mad that we don't dress up. I'm like, I am not dressing up as shit right now. Crazy.
We
And my boy will be like him, my boy, him and his girl and his kids. They were the he was the Tin Man, and she was
oh,
Alice and Dorothy, and they're their dog. And I'm just like, man, get the fuck out of here with that. Trying to make me look bad and shit.
you gotta dress up for the kids. I like dressing up, and
Yeah,
I made Sam buy a costume too. He was the cop from Reno 911, the with
yeah.
the little
Yeah,
shorts.
that's cool.
You know what I
That's
saw
cool,
a
man.
lot of were those costumes where they were like you're blown up. It's like it's like
Yeah,
they had like the piggy
love it.
family and like little dragons and stuff. I saw this
Um,
lady driving on the freeway and she was dressed like one.
That's funny.
oh man, but the kids, are they doing good now or what?
Yeah, no, they're doing better. Thank God they're
Okay.
doing better. Yeah, but it
Oof.
was it was a tough week for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
freaking. I'm glad, man. Freaking. I'm freaking. I'm still blessed that from going to the Comic Con, I didn't get the Comic Con crud because that's always a big
Uh,
fucking thing, man. I'm freaking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you ever need a reason, like, oh man, I didn't go to Comic Con, like, yeah, but I didn't get the Comic Con crud, so yeah, fuck all that, because I gotta get to work in the morning and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
wear a mask. That's the cons for sure.
Yes,
Just don't
man.
get that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to see. Well, what did you think about the Sandman being renewed for season two?
I'm excited. I'm
Because I,
excited
because
for
I,
that.
because I know you guys on Nerdvana, you guys had a big thing on there.
Now I'm
You thought about
excited. I
Sandman.
really liked it. Yeah, we did talk about a little bit about this today. I'm excited that they're doing season two, and somebody Neil was mad because somebody posted on Twitter saying that it was canceled, was not gonna renew, and right away he came out and Neil was like, that's fake news. That's not true. Nobody had said anything. And the next day they announced it that but apparently there was a DC posted that it was renewed, and then they deleted because they were not supposed to post yet.
Yeah, Fosse, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
And
I,
then
and I
Neil,
wonder why. I wonder
yeah,
why. What goes
they,
into that? It's like,
yeah. So
no,
I think they were supposed to post the next day, and Neil post. I saw that he went as soon as he posted that it was renewed. I was excited because I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a little slow, but I liked it. I liked the build up, and it was just a great story. I
yeah.
really like it. Mhm.
Well, I did like the fact that they put boundaries on the guy. So they start out with boundaries. Like, he can't just do anything he fucking wants,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because he's bound by a certain thing. You put a spell on him, he can't freaking move out this freaking ball.
Yeah.
Where was he when this thing was happening? Well, he was in a freaking ball because of so and so.
Yeah.
I definitely like that. But you know, like I was telling the rest of the guys, like, I don't want to see Sandman, just Sandman. I want to see the
Yeah.
rest of the DC
Yeah.
Vertical
Oh,
stuff.
me too. Yeah. In what I read, I was because I was reading Sandman, and like for the beginning, I felt like they really stayed true to the comic. A lot of it they did. Um, so I like that, and I think it's because Neil was involved with it.
Mm,
So I feel like if he still keeps being involved with the second season, which I feel like he will, um, that he's gonna add more of the characters, the other ones. Um, I I'm looking forward
yeah.
for more.
So here's the question: how much money are you putting on this Powerball?
Dude, did you know it's crazy? Romy I had to go to grocery stores to buy him like some snacks because it was so hard to try to feed him something. And he likes that machine that you buy the tickets, and he's like, "Mom, I want one." And I was like, "Okay," like, I'm like, "Here," like, because he was so like, grumpy. So I was like, "Okay," and I bought a couple of them, but he's the one who was telling me to buy them, and I was like, I maybe it's a sign that I should be buying this. And I honestly, I didn't even know it was going for that much. I don't pay attention. I honestly never pay attention to this. I never buy them. So only when he tells me, because he thinks it's cool to press the things to get the ticket, he doesn't even know what it is. He just thinks it's cool. So I told Sam, I'm like, we should start buying them. I'm like, I think it's a sign.
Okay, so if you remember, it's 1.6 billion. The drawing is tonight,
Hmm.
Saturday night. If you were to win it, what is the one piece of art, original art, that you would buy?
Oh shit. Oh gosh. I
And
never thought about it, honestly. I think
and
if I
and
win it, that's the last thing I honestly like. That's the last thing I think about.
because
I will
because the
buy.
reason why I asked that is because Heritage Auctions,
Uh-huh.
or Rob Liefeld, he's auctioning off the original sketch for Deadpool.
Hmm.
Current bid right now is going for 26,000, which is a buyer's premium of $31,000. Right. The next possible bid is $32,000.
Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that. No, thank you. Probably
Oh
something Wonder
man.
Woman, like something to
Mm.
do with Wonder Woman. I will probably buy that,
Lord of
but
Brooklyn says Jorge Perez Jill A 200 cover,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Edwin says I thought you meant real art. Well, I mean, if it's real art,
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
It is. You know.
so did where is it on Instagram? I was seeing this lady who she was driving by, and she just sees this sign for um art auction, right? So
Mhm.
she follows the sign, and she pulls in, and it's this huge ass freaking mansion, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And then she sees all these nice cars out there. She was like, she just rolled up, and she's like, "Hey, just let them tell me no," and nobody tells her no. She walks into this big room, and she just sees a whole bunch of people just standing around drinking wine or drinking champagne. She grabs one of the freaking cups, and then everybody sits down. She's like, "Oh, that's cool." And then when the ladies runs up, gives her a fucking number. Bow. She's like, "Oh shit!" So she's just sitting there drinking her champagne, right? And then they start the auction off, right? And then blah 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 blah. And she was feeling kind of she was feeling the bubble. So she's like, no, 4,000, right? And and she's like, ah, and then she's thinking like somebody else is going for 5,000, 4,000 going once, 4,000 going twice. So to the lady in black, she's like, what the fuck did I just buy, right? And then she rose up, and then they come up and they ask her, and they came up and they were looking for the number, but they said the wrong number, right?
Mhm.
And she was thinking, just don't say the number, and I don't have to buy this shit. And she's like, yeah, I think you got the wrong number, and she's like, oh, in her head, oh shit. So she buys it, right? She pays it with her credit card, right? And it's a Cezanne, but it is the shittiest Cezanne that's out there, right? She's like, I don't know what, and it's like it's not like a big fucking thing. It's like a little fucking art print fucking thing, and she's like, well, I guess I'm the owner of a shitty ass Cezanne right now, so be
That's
careful.
so
Be careful
funny.
about rolling into those weird auctions, ladies and gents. Um,
Hilarious.
this one is for you, Brian. Uh, I didn't even know this was a thing, right? So apparently, these redemption cards by Panini. Apparently, you some of these redemption cards you don't even have to buy the product in order to get the redemption cards.
What
So
do you
now
mean?
there's so yeah, apparently that's the thing. Like apparently because of the way that they're sold in certain states, they could be considered like lottery, right?
No, what
So
you have to do is you have to give and companies have been doing this for a while. You have to give anybody the ability to win the cards at the same odds by sending in a self-addressed stamped envelope with a card, and you could win any of those same things at the same odds. Most people don't do it. I don't know anybody that's ever won anything or won a card back, but they have to do that because it's
called
considered a lottery.
It's called, yes, sir. It's called a non-purchase number. So there's actually a lawsuit going on right now. It's called the Wheeler versus Panini and Wheeler versus Tops, where she is saying that the Panini and Tops have not made it obvious that is the way to win, and that people actually think that the best way to win is to actually buy the product. So let me hold
Screw
that.
redemption cards. Screw redemption cards. I got 3 redemption cards right here. Right, 3 redemption cards.
Are they
Great
expired?
redemption. Yep, right. Torkelson auto, a James Trinitos auto numbered to 75, and a Jose Canseco auto numbered to like 10. None of them work when I enter the numbers on the site. I call Tops and I say, "Hey, they're not accepting my numbers." They say, "Hey, you have to fill out the back and send it in to us." I just got done at the beginning of the pandemic sending in 2 redemptions just like this. Never heard back from them.
Shit.
So I contacted them and I said, "Hey, I've already sent you in a few redemptions and I've never heard back from you." Said, "Oh, we'll look into it. We'll send you an email." Nothing.
In this digital day and age, why would you have to freaking send that shit in? Why don't they just have you scan the shit in and upload it to the site?
It's ridiculous. It's sad, bro. It's really sad. I'll be honest. It's to the point where Tops and Panini are really making it really easy for me to stay out of cards, especially unopened wax product, until Fanatics figures it out. And Fanatics might never figure it out, but I'm done. I'm done buying any unopened product until it gets better. It's just too expensive. The odds that you're going to get anything cool is not great. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people are going like, look who's complaining after some of the pulls I've had lately. But still, overall, your odds of getting anything good, especially from retail product, are shit.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it.
Fuck that. No, and with all the allegations against backyard breaks and so on, it's a tough market to be in, man. It's a tough hobby to be in, man. It's probably best not to, you know.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy allegations going around right now in the collectibles community, man. It's like one crazy allegation after the other.
See, I already talked about Geiger last 2 weeks. Batman 130, the piss foil. And if you think I'm fucking around with you, look up Piss Jesus.
I've seen that.
And tell me that doesn't look similar.
Yeah.
And that one's the 150 Jock foil. I don't know why he chose that color. I think he's fucking with us. But there's no way, man. The Batman and Joker, the Deadly Duel #2. There's a new character running around. He actually talks in this one. This is not a first appearance. This is maybe like a partial appearance in this one. It's okay. I've read it. It's like, maybe a partial appearance. I do know people have been going crazy for these facsimiles. So Justice League of America, the Brave and the Bold.
That shit's bullshit. I really wish they wouldn't sell these. It's gonna
going crazy for.
Yeah.
It's really a shame.
How many people do you know right now that in the last 6 months, how many times have you either been contacted or you've seen somebody contact somebody else asking if this Ultimate Fallout 4 is a real or a facsimile?
Yeah.
A lot, right?
Too many.
And that's with recent books.
Oh, man. Retailers, I know you love doing those exclusives. But come up with something else.
Well, why don't they make it like more obvious that it's it's not the original, like how Marvel was doing. It said what did it say?
True believers.
True Believers, or there's another one I can't remember, but yeah, like more not make it
DC used
obvious.
to do it called Essential. It used to be called Essential DC
Yeah.
or Essential Vertigo at the top. So
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't do that anymore either. Yeah,
I
you're right.
mean, the UPC doesn't look the same,
Yeah.
but I mean, still,
I mean, with the price, obviously they people right because it's what is that? How much is it? Like how much is
$3.99.
people should know just
I
by
don't
the
got my
price,
glasses.
Yeah, this one $3.99.
but if it's somebody who is not into comics, they might get I don't know.
Yeah, they'll get confused, most definitely.
Hmm.
Right. So I don't know. Dark Crisis Warzone #1. Too much going on with this one. There's a 1 in 25.
Hmm.
Don't know why they want to do a 1 in 25 for this one. The Deceased. Were they undead gods? I am a homer for anything Lobo. I think they should probably. I don't know why he doesn't have his own animation or freaking TV series or something yet, but
Because DC sucks right now. Maybe if they get better, maybe in the future they might do it. Oh, that's nice.
here is something to keep an eye out on. Um, this one is the Deceased War the Undead Gods #5. It is a
Ooh,
150 by Kumanaki.
the one out of 25 is nice.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
yes sir,
Anacleto.
the Green Lantern J Antoletto card stock. The thing
Anacleto.
and Galetta
Anacleto.
and Anacleto.
There
Thank you
you
for correcting me. Um, the thing to keep in mind with this is that all of these are non-returnable,
Mm,
which is going to make the retailers less likely to buy buy 50 of these just to
Yeah,
get that one.
well, that cover C is nice too. I was just looking at. I kind of like it.
Right, the Kalengu acetate cardstock.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Kind
interesting.
of like.
and
So
you figure
there's
you got to buy one of 25 or 50 of one of those three covers.
right. Yeah, so the only one
You
that is
wouldn't get the
three
cover C.
so the only one that's 3.99 is the cover A. The
Oh.
cover B, Ben Oliver, that's the one that I showed you before with
Hmm.
Lobo. That's 4.99, and then the Kale and Goo acetate, I believe, is 4.99 as well. I might have to check on that one. That might be 7.99. I gotta check. But
But
it's
then it's
definitely
like,
not.
which one
It's
do you
definitely not
think?
3.99.
But then you got to think, well, which one, if they're going to buy it, what cover are they going to buy? Which one am I going to
If
buy?
it all depends on what you want to do. If you definitely just want the 150 to make it cheaper, you're going to have to get the cover A for
Yeah.
3.99.
Well, that cover A is nice too, actually.
Yeah, they're all actually decent. That's why
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, you got to
nice.
pick though. It's like, you think somebody you want the Lobo, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
mix it up or something.
Right,
But
but
even then, it's still going to be
is it
a lot.
50 comics nice? I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Batman Detectives Comics 2022 annual. There's a werewolf named Gale. I need to do some research on this one to see if there's a new one for this one. If that's a new character.
Oh, I like
Yes.
that one.
Tell me that one on the right isn't awesome.
Yep,
Tell
it's
me.
really good.
Tell me.
So
DC, once
good.
again, DC messes up by not putting the best ones out as posters. Right.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
That one is a regular order.
Oh, cover
Cover
B.
B, Liber Mejo.
Hmm.
And there is a 1 in 25 Ludo Lullaby, which is terrible. There's a cover D by Rafael Sarmiento. And there's a Felipe Masafra, which is okay, but I'm sorry, none of those are as good as that one on the right.
That one should have been the one out of 25.
We should all be working for DC. Just saying, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
Who's
That would have made that one the hardest one to get. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Even that what is the cover D? It's kind of nice. Like I kind of like that cover D also. That
Like a
tree
heart.
with
The Rafa,
yeah,
the Rafael Sarmiento, yeah.
yeah, that one's actually really nice too. I really like it. Huh? Those, yeah, that cover D and cover B, yeah, those are.
Yeah, late night says that should have been Batgirl with Punchline and Harley as elves. Well, you never know. Second print.
I doubt it though.
Justice Society of America, #1.
Hmm,
There's a gold foil.
I like it. I actually like it.
Yeah, that's that
Like to
covers
that.
the Joe Quinones, 90s cover month foil, multi-level embossed. There's a 1 in 25, Jerry Ordway, and a 1 in 50, Steve Lieber, foil cardstock.
I actually like that fit 1 in 50. That's not bad.
I
Yeah.
wonder.
Yeah, the 1 in 50, the 1 in 50 is the one on the right, and the 1 in 25 is the one on the left.
Hmm, I don't know how I feel about that 150.
Yeah, it's like it because it's got Dr. Fate on it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like that cool one though.
Monkey Prince #9. There's a 1 in 25 by Derek Kerm. That's the one to the right. I don't know if they're trying to homage or just trying to rip off the Miles Morales joints where he's always playing basketball. I do like the one to the second to the left, which is the Enyuk Lee cardstock.
Hmm.
New champion of Shazam #4. I do like that rose base in the middle. And then there's a 1 in 25 by Tula Lote.
That one's nice. The Tula. It's nice.
Nightwing
Oh, that's tight.
annual. I forget the name of the character, but I think it's like the Heartbreaker, something like that.
I like both those.
Yeah, for real.
Newbie
Ooh,
and the Justice League special #1. That Joshua Schwabi.
I like it.
I don't know, man. It's a little bit off to me. There's
It's
something
her
off.
pose. Her
It's,
pose is weird,
yeah, yeah.
but I like the
Y'all,
hair.
y'all, y'all, y'all need to spend a little bit more time in Atlanta. All the girls.
I don't know. She,
They ain't got no armor on. They're just posing like that for no goddamn reason.
she just got her hip
Like,
thrown out of socket.
Yeah, her
that's
her
that's
pose is
downtown.
weird,
That's downtown Atlanta.
but her hair. I love the hair.
Yeah, the hair is awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. That's what I was looking at. That's what I was like. I like it, but then now
The
when
nails and the hair.
yeah,
Essential. I
yeah,
guarantee you, they'll change
those
something by
hoops.
the time they actually publish it, though.
Yeah, the what? Oh,
Yep. Poison Ivy #7.
oh
I
my
do like that Joshua Middleton. It's also a 1 in 50 foil. Some of these
God,
foil
see.
by Josh Middleton have been doing anything Josh Middleton or excuse me, Poison Ivy. Low key has been actually doing pretty well this year.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of those is fantastic.
It
Mm-hmm.
is.
Every
I do
single one.
like
It is. So I don't know what to do with it.
I
I
like
mean
them
the
all.
Damponosian is probably the least. It's not bad. It's like the least of the ones. So
Mm-hmm.
the Jessica Fong is pretty good. The Josh Middleton,
The
Ring
Lee
of
one
Order, the
is
Larry Lee,
spectacular.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That
The
cover C is freaking awesome.
even David Nakayama with Spawn.
I think the
And,
Spawn one is the
Mm-hmm.
least of them all. I really like the Panosian one.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of has that Bruce Timm pinup girl style to it almost.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've already seen this cover once this year.
you have,
I like
but they've been doing well.
I like the Nakayama. I just don't like the Spawn in the back.
Yeah.
I like her. I just don't like the Spawn. Yeah.
You know, I just feel like I've seen that one. I don't know what book it was.
It was another Poison Ivy.
Oh, it was. Huh? I was gonna say that looks like every cover. It's like the same shit. It's like really.
Sort of Azrael #5. They tried to revive the character with the new characters and all that. Nobody gives a freak about this book. It's like, okay, got it. He's a holy man who's going crazy. Nobody
Mhm.
cares right now. Night of the Goal number 3.
Ooh, that was a good
Cover
show.
A's, cover one of 50s, one of 100s, foils. Dead Seas number 1. I went straight to the freaking publisher and the dime and said, hey, if you want me to, or it was no, this is IDW. I went to Penguin Random House and say, hey, do you have a fucking retailer preview so I can know what the fuck I'm buying? And he's like, no, we don't have it yet. And I'm like, that's fucked up, man. 'Cause it looks like it might be interesting, but
Mhm.
I'm not buying it without freaking reading it. Earth Divers number 2, second print. Once again, Earth Divers has been optioned, so keep an eye out on this book. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 1. I don't know how to feel about Star Wars right now because it's cooled off, right? As far as speculation, um, I can't tell people, yeah, absolutely fucking get it. No, because it's cooled off right now. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, the 10th anniversary. This is the first time in a while that I've seen them do a 1 in 25 for My Little Pony. I don't know who the artist is, but I will say I thought there was a Tony Fleeks one that's out there.
It's not. That's not Trish. It kind
Yeah,
of
that's
Could be.
Trish.
looks like Trish.
That's Trish.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Trish.
Okay. Because I feel that she showed us, but I don't remember.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
friendship is Trish right there, right?
Yeah.
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 I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like we should be getting her first My Little Pony and freaking getting that slabs. I feel like we should be pumping that book.
Should be
Pumping, dumping
getting
that.
Trish's first artwork period. Like,
Yeah.
Do we know what that was?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a My Little Pony book.
It was a My Little Pony. Yeah.
Hmm. I think Jem found it. I
yeah,
think
you
she
can
found
find it. It's not hard. It's not super hard to find.
Mm-mm. And I think it was also an incentive, right?
Yes,
Hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so special.
She's
You
the
know,
best. I love Trish.
I just got to get more online time with her so that when I show up at a con, she doesn't look at me like I'm some crazy dude. Hey, Trish, what's going on? Hey.
Like, who the fuck is that? Oh, it's Lucas.
Yeah, just like fucking Mel, like when I wrote up on Mel, hey, you all fucking, he threw it the fucking, hey, Mel, hey, what the fuck? Oh shit. Star Trek, number Illyrian Enigma number 1. I don't know what's going on with this book.
Seems like it's like is it based on the cartoon that was going on? They had it on Paramount
See,
Plus.
but the main character in this book is Captain Pike, and I forget which one. He's one of the main characters from Strange New Worlds. You're thinking of Upper Decks, which is a great, funny show.
Mm-hmm.
But he's from Strange New Worlds. I don't know what his comic first appearance is or what's going on with this. So, but
This is
I just want to throw
Paramount,
this
though.
out
They
there.
have this show.
They have a
Yes,
show. They have a
yes,
show.
they have anything Star Trek or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, they got all that stuff.
Yeah, Jensen.
So
I watched a little bit of it, and it was kind of funny. It's like an animated one. It was kind of funny.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Saturday Morning Adventures number 3. What's going on with this book is that Casey, who is one of the only characters other than April that doesn't have powers, in this book he gets powers, so he's like a powered up Casey Jones in this book. And there is a 1 of 10, but unfortunately it doesn't have him on the cover. But both cover A and cover B do have him on there. Plush number 1.
Ooh.
Cover B by Tony Fleeks. Also, don't forget that Burt City also they had their own variant for this one.
Let me show you that toy. My son got one, and it looks like that. Give me 1 second. Let me get it.
She's gonna come up with some crazy ass looking shit. You know, Halloween's over. Don't be fucking scaring me, mama.
It's unavailable.
Looks like it's a horror thing made out of
Stuffed
furries.
animals
Well,
and
no, those
furries.
furries. Yeah, those
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that like to dress up and then do all
yeah.
types of kinky shit. No, God bless them. I mean,
Yeah.
An ugly ass thing.
oh.
Look at it.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I don't know
It's a game. Like apparently it's a game.
what plush is that from plush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
it's a
game.
video game. That's what Bird City based their John Jane cover on.
Mm-hmm. It's
Really?
this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't see a
Go to
retailer incentive for this one.
birdcity.com
Yes.
and you'll see the book that they're talking about.
And it looks like this. And my son knows it. I was like, what? And then he bought this ugly thing.
So because it gives me Five Nights at Freddy vibes. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, that thing.
It's kind
That's,
of
yeah, exact same type of shit.
You
Yep.
see, Larry Joe said plush is a furry that are serial killer cannibals. Mm.
Yeah, but it's like one that's in there. Like they all think it's a furry, right? I forget what the synopsis was. Like he's really not one. He's not really like dressed up. You know what I mean? Like they figure out the hard way. Like, wait a minute, this ain't a dude. This is Jeffrey Dahmer inside of this motherfucker. This is a real
Oh,
motherfucker.
the only person has one? Oh, I haven't seen the first one. I
Mm.
wonder how
Yeah, he does look like Twig.
it does. It kind of does. So
All right. Philadelphia. There's 3 different covers. There's a noir edition, and then there's a black and white of that one, and I forget who did the other one. This makes me sad because I feel like I should still be reading this one.
Yeah, man.
I haven't.
Before
There's- or at least, you know what? I should probably be picking up at least the first edition, all the covers of the first edition.
I
So
have,
tell me this. Tell me this is going to be something.
I have 2 of the cover A, number 1.
You had.
I have it.
Oh, you have it. Okay.
I have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that other joint? Bitter Root. It feels like Bitter
Oh,
Root,
I still have
which is another
that
one. But because of the stuff that's happening now, I don't know when that shit's going to get made.
Mm-hmm.
I just bagged and boarded that one.
King Spawn.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Bitterroot. What issue is that, Remo?
7. I got
Throw
them
that
all.
again. Go ahead, throw that up again.
Hmm.
7. Yeah.
Got them all now.
Nice.
And I need to find another issue of number 1 though, for sure.
Which one do you? I think I still have one. I don't remember.
Oh, and I got this one too.
I don't know which one I have.
Yeah, there is a
Scotty, yeah, number 3 is Scotty.
yeah. There's a retailer incentive for Bitterroot that I don't think a lot of people are tracking.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, that one's probably out of here now.
King Spawn number 17. Look at the one on the left. That is very difficult to render. Cloth. Cloth is the way it flows and the way it naturally bends. That is very hard to render. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Noctera. Here's a 1 to 25 and a 1 to 50, but
Oh, special.
that one in the
What's
middle.
special? Oh, what is this? Alec? I didn't know what it was out. What is this?
Noctera.
Yeah, no. But is it because it says
It's like a
Val
one shot.
special?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Val special. Like one shot.
okay.
Alien number 4. Here's a 1 to 50 by Torrin Clark. Amazing Spider-Man number 15. The one I'm got my eye on is the 1 to 10. I don't have the art for that one yet. Fitness Forever. There's Stephanie Hans. And Black Panther number 12 for the Musafira. Don't go crazy on this one yet. I've read it. I don't see anything interesting in there yet. Crypto Shadows #1, second print. That one has the cover. On the cover, it has the first appearance of Blade's daughter, but this one's going to be the second print.
I really like that cover. It's nice.
Oh, a lot of people love that cover.
Mm.
Couldn't get enough of that one. Dark Web, Miss Marvel #1. Dark Web X-Men #1. Here's a 1 in 25 by Stegman.
Hmm.
Deadpool #2. Here's a Momoko, which actually doesn't look that bad.
I kind of like it.
And there's a 1 in 25 by Darbo. That's the one to the far right. I've read it. I can't. I'm going to need to do some more research to figure out if any of those characters are new. Gold Goblin #2. I do like the one in the middle. Invincible Iron Man #1. There's a 1 in 100 by Ivan Tao. A 1 in 25 by Laraz, and a 1 in 50 Hint Jim. Now, it's interesting because there's a cover out there that hasn't been made available to the retailers yet. But it involves this young lady that I have in the corner right there, Coco Goff, who is like a hot tennis player right now. I don't know whether it's a retailer exclusive or it's a retailer incentive. I don't know yet.
Wait, hold on. Go back to that right quick. That's not her in the middle, is it?
No, in the far corner, in the corner. And
I know, but I'm saying as far as that's not Ironheart in the middle, and she's only on that one cover.
Yes, on the far left. That's her on the far left.
That's the 1 in 100. Okay.
Yes, sir. Hmm.
I thought that was the A cover.
It is also the A cover.
Okay, got you.
And here you go. They're running it back with Mary Jane and Black Cat. There's a 150, which looks terrible. And there's a open order with Nakayama and a Momoko. Let's see, do I have that one? And there's actually a Adam Hughes as well. I don't have the art for that one yet. And an Aka. And there's a 1 in 25 that's out there that I don't have the cover for yet. Monaco Rambeau, Photon #1. There's a Momoko and a Menahini. Moon Knight Annual #1, second print. Namor Conquered Shores #3. Once again, another book that Marvel didn't need to do. Planet Hulk World Breaker #2. 1 in 25. And Spider-Man Lost Hunt #2. Star Wars Mandalorian. There's a 1 in 50. And a 1 in 25 by Yagawa. Strange #9. There's 2 covers. The only reason why I want to bring this one up is because there is a first Revenant. It's the first appearance of Revenant Prime. Strange Academy #1, second print by Ramos. We just talked about this, Brian. Ultimate Comics Spider-Man #1 Facsimile Edition. X-Men Annual #1. There's a Momoko and a 1 in 25 by Stephanie Hans. Approach #2. There's a 1 in 25 by Gorham.
That looks really good. What is this about?
Let's see. It's a good question.
It looks really good. I like that the terminal homage on that 1 out of 10. You know the movie with Tom Hanks.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure it's from that.
It's called Approach.
It's okay. I can look it up later.
Yep, I got it. The solicitor says the terrified creature from the lost flight suddenly reappears, making meals of the helpless passengers. Mac, Abby, and remaining airport crew feels hopeless to stop this predatory rage, but with Blizzard continuing to rage and the creature taking up residence inside, how will the stranded people survive?
Mm,
So it looks like there's plane monster on the plane, sort of like snakes on the plane, but with monsters.
mm, that looks good.
Briar number 2, there's a 125 by Franny, and a 150 by Toril. But I got my eye out on the FOC reveal variant, which is kind of like black and white.
I like it.
Damn them all number 2, 125 by Atlard, and a 150 by Campbell, and a 100 by Stephanie Hans. Obviously, she's got some rent to pay. Um, I've been seeing her name all over this week.
Pretty good.
Know Your Station number 1, the 1 in 50 cardstock Frizen.
That's nice.
Keep in mind that this was done by the same people that did Eat the Rich. So it's going to be tough because we know, look, Eat the Rich was good,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm kind of disappointed in the fact that nobody has done anything with it yet. So,
Yeah.
Firstborn is number 1.
Ooh.
Rick and Morty Chaluthu.
Oh shit, that is cool. That looks cool.
Good Boy Prodigal Son. There's going to be a thank you variant that goes to all the retailers, 1 per store.
Mm.
Coming soon. Amazing Spider-Man number 13. The Mandrake Beyond Amazing Spider-Man variant. This one is always like a homage to the GameStop variant.
Mhm.
Axe Judgment Day.
I kind of like the Momoko one.
Oh, it's good.
Mhm.
It's good. But the story is shite.
Mm.
Fantastic Four. Number 1, Scott Campbell. Here's a 1 in 100. Ghost Rider
Ooh, I
number,
like it.
by Keon Gu. LCSD 2022 Spider-Man number 2 Mobley variant. Already sold out at the distributor level. So if you see this one, you might want to pick it up. Marauders number 8. Here's a 1 of 10 by Carlini New Shard Wrapped Design variant.
Wow. All right.
Fuck you, whatnot.
But I mean, Tony did it, so I mean, you know.
I will say that the cover D is sold out. There is a 1 of 10 by Tony Fleeks.
Okay, sorry. What is this one about? I've been trying to figure
I'm
it out.
I'm not, Mama. I'm not promoting this shit.
Okay then. I'm like, what the fuck is
if
this
yeah, if
fucking about?
I invited Bird City on. I think they have something.
Bird
I
City?
think they have some. Yeah, I think maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so.
We'll let them discuss
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
I think that was a different book, but still, get the
Moving
idea.
on, Pop Star Assassin by Sumerian. Low count right now. It's getting kind of low. That's all I got to say about this one.
She's getting
Spawn,
low too.
get low, man. Freaking, look. See, only ladies can have a knife that close to the neither regions, man. Freaking, I don't
She got.
have no knives. I don't have no knives close to me that damn way.
She ain't got no knees. She got replaced knees and hips.
Spawn number 335 sold out. Cover A sold out.
Wow.
Specs number 1. Here's a 1 in 10 and a 1 in 25, but keeping an eye out for the unlockable. That's a 1 per store. Star Wars High Republic number 2. There's a 1 in 25 by Reese. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 134. Masafra. And, ladies and gents, that is all we got for today. It is currently 3 o'clock in the morning. I've done had too much eggnog. I can hardly say the words anymore. Mama, when's the next time we're going to see you?
On Tuesday, Comic Book Woman, near Nirvana, and Fridays here and near Nirvana again.
What are we cooking for Thanksgiving?
Ham for sure. We're planning on ordering. I'm not too sure yet, but I might cook.
You're not doing pierna?
Maybe. I'm not
I'm
sure.
gonna do it with my. I think we're gonna do prime rib.
That sounds good.
Prime rib and some and a ham too. I want a ham.
I love ham. I need to have ham.
You get a honey baked ham. You guys
I
want
gotta.
honey baked ham?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's fine, honey baked ham, but gotta have some pierna in the house, man. So maybe if it's not for Thanksgiving, at least for Christmas or even New Year's,
Mm-hmm.
gotta have some pierna in the house, man. The whole house.
One day we
The huele, the smells, man, freaking just awesome.
I gotta go because the baby's waking up and I have her right here. She's waking up. I
All
gotta go.
right.
did. Bye.
Bye.
She's like, I'm going to bed.
Remo, what's the next time we're gonna see you? You got a whatnot sale or anything going on, man?
Nah, man. Actually, probably tomorrow. I don't know, man. I'm gonna play it by ear. I might, I might be on another show tomorrow. I might be on the Comic Call crew, or if I can stay up, I will definitely catch their show and then be on their show. And then, other than that, man, it's Drunken Chat, man,
Yes,
on
sir.
Instagram.
If for me, I've got MPP that should be coming out, or No Prize podcast on Comic Crusaders that should be coming out sometime this week. I've got some roll-ups for different stuff that I've been working on coming out this week. Pay attention to It's Drunken Chats on Instagram because Mel should be rolling up some stuff this week as well. What else we fucking got? Oh, as far as whatnot, yeah, I gotta get rid of this. I once again I took too much stuff from that retailer summit, so I gotta get rid of some of that shit.
Come on, let me see what you got before you start offering.
Man, if I get up right now, you just gonna see me fall over, man.
Not be too hasty.
fucking. Some of those, most of those books are just gonna be fucking dollar books, man. I just gonna fucking. I was like, it was fucking exhilarating to just take the free shit, man. Now I'm like, oh man, I got too much. I ain't got enough room for that shit. And DC, depending on how much you get, if through the pull box, I'm trying to do 50% off. I'm thinking like around $80 to $90 if you buy through the pull box, 50% off. So if you're interested, let me know, or just fucking put the shit in the pull box. If not in the pull box, let me know, and I'll get you into the pull box. Mr. McClay, Comic Book Jesus, what you got going on this week?
Tomorrow I'll be getting stuff ready for a sale on my next Whatnot sale. And then we have the Modern Comic Mayhem show tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern on Beyond Wednesdays. We've got something really cool. We're going to be doing a little segment on the 2002 Heritage Auction of Nicolas Cage's comic collection. So shout out to Phenautograph. He sent me a nice little thing that we're gonna do a segment on that. I'll be getting ready for my next week of Whatnot sales. I'll have a ton of crazy stuff available. Buy it now. For auction, This is, by the way, I'll just say this real quick. Here is the card that I was lucky enough to pull last week while you guys were all
that Julio Rodriguez
rookie auto numbered to 50.
Ooh.
And yeah, so while everybody was at Baltimore, I was feeling down, bummed out. So I decided, well, let's open up a box of cards, and fifth pack in, this is what came out. So I'm very stoked about this. So this is going to be getting sent off to PSA along with like 15 other cards. So I got to pay for that. In order to pay for that, I got to sell more stuff. So, I'll be selling crazy stuff. I'll have stuff like those toys you see behind me, fig pins, cards,
These just came in the mail the other day.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah, Moon Knight, Mr. Knight.
Nice.
And then the regular Moon Knight character.
Nice.
One thing I don't like is when I initially bought, this was maybe like a year ago when I ordered these things, and they were gray. And when they showed up, they're like white.
Ooh. Yeah, don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Pass.
But yeah, that's my deal. And so we'll see how that works out. Come hang out with us. We got a Dinesh interview coming up. It's going to be a cool little chill little interview that I'm actually just going to edit and put out. I don't want that this interview that I'm going to do with him live. We're going to have him on the live show on one of the Saturday nights just to come hang out. But I really wanted to sit down with him and kind of like, talk about, how he grew up, where he came from, how he got into the comic industry, shit that can get him on a human level with everybody, so that they don't just look at him as this, this industry person. I want people to start looking at some of these people as like human beings, right? Like other just regular people. And I think that Dinesh gets such a bad rap. Right. So we're gonna do that. And then we've got the guys from the Abolition of Man. That is
really
they're going to be on. Yep.
Yeah, that was the first comic that was built by AI, right?
Yep. So those guys are going to be coming on to talk about that either tomorrow night or the next Saturday night. So we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, man, busy. Lots of stuff going on.
Always.
Guys...
Brian McClay, the businessman in the comic book podcast world. Man, I'm telling you, if you fuck around and let Brian figure out TikTok and YouTube Reels, shit.
Soon, baby.
Nice.
All right, y'all. Once again, it is 3:00 in the morning Eastern fucking time. It's time for us to get the fuck out of here. I need to fucking sleep off some of this fucking eggnog. I got too many fucking books to read, too many books to fucking sell, and too many people to bless. Out. Love y'all. Stay safe.
Much love, you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.
For each man in his time to stay, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along lost arms within his reach. I haven't needed the world to want.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is